What is going on? I thought I'd show you this game. I'm pretty proud of it because I got two brilliant moves in this one game. And they actually were good brilliant moves. They weren't like stupid brilliant moves that sometimes chess.com will just give you randomly. And you're like, oh, I didn't think that was a brilliant move, but okay. But we got two brilliant moves, and the rest of the game was kind of a disaster. So it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. Let's get right into it. We have a Sicilian, and this is called the classical Sicilian with the two knights out for black. It's a version of the open Sicilian, which is where these two pawns get traded off. And the open Sicilian is like one of the sharpest openings in all of chess, which means that it is not likely to be a draw because both sides are going to be attacking each other. Like that video of the boxers just going at it, wailing on each other. Okay, so we have f3, which I've never seen before in my life, but apparently it's a book move. And we just kind of play, and he's the first to leave book, but to be honest with you, I left book a long time ago. Now I play b5, a mistake, because he can actually just take this knight for free, and then I'm in a world of hurt. And actually, if you're thinking, if he takes the knight, I take the bishop, that is wrong because the queen's under attack. So that just would not work. But he moves his bishop out of the way. Okay, he doesn't go for the free knight. He wants to keep all the pieces on the board. Okay, going for the pacifist route. All right, and then I play bishop to e7, blundering the knight again, which he does not take. We're going full pacifism this game. And now bishop to d7, queenside castles, kingside castles, and now you know that piece was actually never an option because I'm going to attack over here on the queen side. He is going to attack over here on the king side with g4, marching right in. Pawn to b4 attacking the knight. Knight moves back. a5 protecting the pawn and keep moving up. h4. H4 is a mistake because my attack actually gets there faster if I play a4. But I don't do that. First, I trade knights for absolutely zero reason. We have a trade, and now a4 is not as good, and I, unfortunately, am not good enough to tell you why it's not as good. I guess I was thinking maybe I could get that bishop trapped or something, but it didn't really work out for me. Okay, he gets an exclamation mark move for taking the pawn. Alright, that's a pretty undeserved exclamation mark move, if you ask me, but okay, you know, you gotta give, I get two brilliant moves, so we gotta give the opponent his credit, right? Now bishop moves out of the way, and we push b3. I was thinking of pushing a3, which actually is better, but I thought if he goes here, there's just no way on earth I'm gonna ever get through to his king, because I can't, like, use pawns to bash it open. So anyway, we have a bunch of captures, and now he goes a3. I'm actually at -2, and I'm like, oh, this is a big threat. Let me just start slowly squandering my advantage. I do this check for no reason. King moves out of the way, but now I find it the brilliant move, sacrificing the bishop. Bishop captures an a3, and now rook captures an a3, and we are big chilling. Queen b2, defending the rook, and now we have all sorts of threats. Rook back here trades the two rooks for the queen. And then there's also, like, I mean, right now the bishop and the queen cover this square, but you know, if those things start moving, right, then queen coming here is just truly nasty. So everything's good. Now he has knight captures on b3, winning the pawn, and I'm like, oh, how am I gonna make this work? And then I was like, wait a minute. His king and queen are lined up, which means all I have to do is get rid of this knight. So I sacrifice the rook! I sacrifice the rook because once he takes, we have this rook to b8, and now he has to trade the queens. So I got for two rooks, I got a knight and for two rooks and a pawn, I got a knight and a queen, okay? And actually, if you look at here, you can't see because I anonymized him, but material on the board is equal, okay? Like, I don't have plus anything, he doesn't have plus anything. You're just going to trust me on that. And then look at the time. I have 1 minute left in this game. I got to find this win in 1 minute, which I personally did not think I was going to do because I thought 2 bishops and 2 rooks are better than queen, knight, and bishop. Because the 2 bishops work really well together and the 2 rooks work really well together. So I start making some meaningless checks and blunder all my advantage. But I'm just trying to go quick. Look at my time, 47 seconds. King e2. All right, we're going to try to create some counterplay by pushing some pawns. And now bishop to e4, blundering because knight captures here with check, and this pawn's actually pinned, which I don't see, of course. Let me attack the other bishop. And he sacrifices his bishop. Don't ask me why. Anyway, sacrifices his bishop. And he goes rook to d3, blundering mate in 16. And I don't find mate in 16. Because, again, this bishop is hanging. And h captures on g5. And finally, I see that his bishop is hanging. Knight takes e4. Take. And now I have to get rid of this rook. I have 10 seconds. 10 seconds to get rid of the rook and the pawns to at least get a draw. Rook defends his pawn there, and I do this check, which is a fork to pick up the rook. So I pick up the rook, pick up the pawn, pick up this pawn, and now I have 4.7 seconds left. So then I pre-move like this queen coming in, and now I try not to stalemate. I do miss mate in 1, okay? I am very certain queen f to c4 is mate. That's this move. That's mate. But I was like, I'm just going to pre-move a ladder mate, which I kind of, well, first of all, I just spent a second here. So I pre-move a ladder mate, got 2 miss wins, but eventually get it with 1.1 seconds left. And, I mean, that might have been the best bad game I've ever played.